in the Gulf of Mexico. Guys, back to you.
That's fascinating. Fascinating segment right there.
Carl knows what he's talking about.
He sure does.
He's a good guy.
All right, well, when talking about climate change, it's really easy to get lost in some of the politics and statistics.
Well, in a recent trip to Florida, though, to fish with the stars of our new show, Real Rivals, meteorologist Reynolds Wolf found a story about our changing climate and how it's affecting everyday people and their ways of life.
Fantastic. Fishing is good in the Florida Keys. In fact, it's some of the best in the world. It's a way of life for guys like Augie Wampler and Richard Stanzik. Between them, they've been guiding clients on these waters for more than 80 years.
The weather is so different every day for us. There's 100 different factors that you got to put into the equation on what you're going to do that day based on the weather.
In the last few years, one of those factors has become climate change and a shift in the Gulf current.
The current has slowed down in the past 10 years that I can see. It used to be that the current was really, that Gulf Stream was really moving. It seems to me like in the last few years that current has slowed down a little bit.
The Gulf Stream is part of a larger oceanic circulation, and that circulation is slowing down a bit because of fresh water that is being put into the ocean from melting ice in the northern latitudes.
Guides like Richard have to monitor these changes and their impacts on the fish.
Water temperature can impact them. Wind direction can impact them. Time of the year and cold water, obviously.
But a drastic change in the current could lead to much bigger impacts.
And when the Gulf Stream slows down, what that does is it alters the upper level wind pattern such that if it really slows down, which may happen in the distant future, it is possible that we'll see much colder weather, not only in Europe, but possibly eastern U.S.
Those fish know that there's something coming, you know.
The question now is, what? In Islamorada, Florida, Reynolds Wolf, the Weather Channel.
That's the first I've heard of that Gulf Stream. By the way, those are the guys from Real Rivals, a show on the Weather Channel. There's an episode tonight. We want to talk about weather and play. The Cubs were in the fog. The White Sox were in the fog. And here is what it looked like at Wrigley Field. The time-lapse video of that fog rolling in. The Cubs and the Cincinnati Reds were affected by the fog early in the game. The scoreboard in center field wasn't even visible from home plate at times. Reds won the game 6-2. By the way, the scoreboard there is still manually done. It's not electronic. Someone goes in and does the scoring. And I posted on my Twitter and Facebook a really cool picture of the White Sox game. Someone hit a homer today, Adam Dunn, and they had to like guesstimate how far it went. They said 444 feet because they couldn't see because of the fog. Still, dense fog advisory around Chicago, wrapping all the way around into Indiana and also into a portion of Michigan. Okay, that does it for me, but Morning Rush continues with Eric and Maria and more fog.
Yeah, clearly it was 445 feet. I mean,
I don't think anyone is going to just naysay on Adam Dunn's home run.
See you, Steph.
See you later, Steph. We're back in 60 seconds, tracking some of that rain on the East Coast and a big severe weather threat for the next couple days. Dose.